Alright, welcome to something different on this channel for a change instead of gameplay all the time. I decided to do another tier list. It's been a long time. The last one I did was a Suikoden Games tier list, and that was the only tier list I did. This is the second tier list that I'll be doing. I was gonna do a Hearthstone tier list. The first Hearthstone set, which is like, Legacy, Classic, Basic, whatever you want to call it. But I found out there was 380 something cards in that. So I just threw that out the window, right? I have to do that. I have to divide it into two parts and do it another day. Instead, we're going to do Yu-Gi-Oh! The first Yu-Gi-Oh! Set. Legend of Blue Eyes, White Dragon. For those of you who don't know, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! For 20 plus years. I quit last year permanently. No plans to go back to the game. I do play old Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll still play old Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, if everybody asks me to play old Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll play it, I'm always down for old Yu-Gi-Oh! But the new modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not for me. So I quit. But I'm very interested in doing tier lists of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sets. And we're going to start with the first ever Yu-Gi-Oh! Set, The Legend of Blue Eyes. So, let's get the trash out of the way first. Let's get these fusions out of here. You guys know where all the fusions go. If you know, you know. Except for this one. This one's actually not too bad. See. It's still not great, but I hate giving my boy Flame Champion a D as well, but I'll give him the highest D because he's technically better than the other ones. The ones on the far left are better than the ones on the right. Okay, let's see. We got all the fusions. Okay, 2,000 walls. Let's put them in S. That was Aquamador, Spirit of the Harp, Giant Soldier of Stone, and Mystical Elf. Yep, Giant Soldier of Stone. Where's Mystical Elf at? So these are easy. That's what I consider the easy S and Ds. The fusion monsters are trash. The 2,000 walls were always good back in the day. Let's start working on some other bad cards like Red Medicine. I'm trying to do the monsters right now because, they're hard to rate. Red Medicine. Burn spells are kind of trash. Is there any other burn cards or healing cards in here? Oh, this is a healing card. It's trash. It's better than Red Medicine though, right? Yeah, it is. That's right. I had to look that one up. I thought it was better than Red Medicine. It heals for 600 instead of 500. They both came out in the same set. Make that one make sense. And then I guess they were scared to put too much burn damage in the game, so they just added one burn spell. Or no, there's two actually. Hinotama and Sparks. So obviously, Hinotama goes ahead of Sparks, of course, because Hinotama does 500 and Sparks does 200. There's already a power creep going on here. You got the power creep on Red Medicine, Goblin Secret Remedy, and then the power creep on Sparks with Hinotama. Okay, I think that's all the burn spells and healing spells. So those are easy, The fusion spells, the healing spells, and the inflict damage spells are trash. Right? Now let's get the other good cards out of the way. Pot of Greed, obviously the best card in the set. S tier on the far left. Regeki. Second best card. Dark Hole up there. Probably maybe an A on Dark Hole, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure about Dark Hole yet. Give me a moment on that one. Oh no, Monster Reborn is definitely the third best. Actually, there's merit to that. There's merit to that. I think Regeki's a better card though, overall. Monster Reborn though, actually if we're talking nowadays, Monster Reborn would be better than Regeki. In modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Reborn would be better. Yeah. I will give it better rating. Swords. Yeah, Swords is better than Dark Hole. The pieces of Exodia, you got to give them S tier as well because Exodia was meta at one point, actually at multiple points throughout Yu-Gi-Oh history. So we put the pieces. Actually, we put the body last, and actually the body might be an A. There's actually a reason for that. The body parts can be summoned off that treasure thing. Treasure Panda, I think it was, or something like that. How the hell do I remember these? Yes, I got the name right. Wow. How did I get the name right? I never even played that card in any of my decks, Treasure Panda, but I knew the name of it somehow. So yeah, the pieces get S, the body gets an A. That seems weird, but it's actually accurate. And also, the pieces up here can be targeted with Dark Factory mass production, as well as backup. Was it backup soldier? I'm 2 for 2. I swear I'm not looking this up beforehand either. I'm literally just saying the name and hope I get it right. Okay, that's all the good cards, I think. I think we got all the good cards. Well, Haney Hane's decent, I guess. I don't think it's S tier worthy, though. Oh, we gotta put Blue Eyes in S. Lower S, though. Same for Dark Magician. Where's Dark Magician at? Yep, here's Dark Magician. He's kind of a little bit behind Blue Eyes, of course, with Dark Magician. Sorry, Dark Magician fans. But technically, back in the day, stats actually mattered when the first set came out, and Blue Eyes beat over Dark Magician, so therefore Blue Eyes is the better card than Dark Magician. Man-Eater Bug. A tier, I guess. Haney Hane, probably B tier. Yeah. Returning, like if you return a Blue Eyes to your hand, that's really good, obviously. But you can just destroy it with Man-Eater Bug, right? But if you're returning like a 4-star monster, it doesn't even matter, really. And then you got single target removal, like Fissure is really powerful. Probably an A. Many other good cards. Alright, now we'll work on, equip spells and everything. So, I'll probably give the equip spells like a C. Because sometimes they had their, their moments, Giving your monster just enough attack to beat over something could make all the difference. So they all get the same rating. Because they're literally the same card except they affect different monster types and stuff, so... Yeah. Oh, there's another burn card here too, Final Flame. Which inflicts 600 damage, so technically better than Hinotama. Still bad though. Well, let's go back to equip Beast Fangs. And none of the equip spells are really better than the other ones. They're all about the same. But giving the monster just enough attack, you know, to beat over something, you know, has its uses, you know. Wait, that's not... No, that's not a equip spell. Machine Conversion Factory is, though. Is there any other ones? Alright, I don't think it's all of them, so let's do the field spells now. Yeah, they're getting the same rating. They're not any better than equip spells. They still all die to removal and stuff, just like equip spells. They do stick on the board if monsters leave the board though, so they are probably slightly better than the equip spells in that regard. They don't boost as much though. I think they did that to balance the game too, because they made the equip spells do 300 and the field spells only do 200 because of the fact that if the monster dies, the equip spell goes with it. Whereas the field spells, they stick on the board until they get removed, right? But they're still not that good. They're not that good. They're not good at all. Poly, it definitely saw play throughout the years, but it's not an S tier card. It requires you to have multiple materials, and it's just not. Just from perspective, nowadays you don't even need poly a lot of times to fuse stuff, but it's better than, I'd put it like top of the A, you know. Trap hole, I'd probably put that. I mean, at this time period, probably an S, honestly. Just having a nice trap card, you know. There's not many traps in this set, as you can tell. That was the best one here. So, like, Dragon Capture Jar is useless, you know. D tier. This card, two-pronged attack. Destroy 2 of your minions to destroy 1 of your opponents was trash. You know, so. Gravedigger's Ghoul, unironically, would, you know, be better, you know, like, nowadays than it would, you know. I mean, it's a terrible card, but if it were to ever be good, it would be good nowadays and not back in the day, because the graveyard matters a lot more than it did in this time period. So, I'll put it D, but I'll probably move it up like ID, because, like, I mean, at least it does something. Stop Defense, you know, it's not a bad card, but I think it's like high C, because it puts like an Aquamador, you know, Giant Soldier of Stone, Spirit of the Harper, Mystical Elf in attack mode, and then you just kill them, right? Remove Trap. Basically useless. Like, you could remove... The only card to get rid of is the Dragon Capture Jar. So, yeah, this card was literally useless in this... when Legend of Blue Eyes came out. Oh, and I forgot this one. How could I forget this one? Get out of here. Oh, this got 1800, though. Alright. Let's see about this card. Reaper of the Cards. It's actually not too bad. C tier, I guess. It's not the worst card in the world. Alright, is there any other good cards? Gaia the Fierce Knight. I'll give Gaia a C. I'll be fair to Gaia. There was a Gaia archetype later in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's not too bad, right? I'll be fair and give it a C. But definitely not something you want to really be playing. I actually had Gaia the Fierce Knight. That's one of the cards I had, and my opponents would just summon things bigger than it, you know. Same for Curse of Dragon. You know, these are like fan favorite cards. I'll give them a little bit better, you know. I won't totally shit on them. Though you shouldn't be running them in your deck. Even in this time period, probably wasn't a good idea. But I think that's... I also give Celtic Guardian a C as well, because fan favorite, you know. I gotta give the Yugi cards a little bit of something at least, you know. I can't shit on them too much. You know. And plus there's an Celtic Guardian archetype later, so. Oh, and Red Eyes. Now Red Eyes might actually get a good rating. A or B. Probably B. I mean, probably... I mean, I did see meta play. I gotta be real, I did see meta play. Because you had... It was how you summon Dragoon, right? You needed to summon Dragoon. So actually S tier. Because it allows you to summon Dragoon. In fact, it's up there because it allows you to summon Dragoon. Oh, speaking of that, I guess Dark Magician's better than Blue Eyes then because it allows you to summon Dragoon. Yep, there you go. I fixed it. Even though I think Dragoon isn't banned now, or did they bring it back? I don't know. Armed Ninja's pretty bad. Any other effect monsters I didn't see? Nope. Alright, let's get all these out of the way. And they're all going in the D tier, of course. Like, every one of these cards are going in D. They're better than the fusion monsters, though, so... because they're at least playable. I'm not going to worry about the stats on them. They're all, like... I'm not going to bother to go through all the stats on these. This one's probably worse than all of them. Because it's... well, I guess it is 2 tributes, 28. You know, that's something, right? I mean, if I'm playing back in the day, I'm summoning that instead of Gaia. Okay. Sure. Okay, well this one's not too bad. Actually got some good stats on it. I might give this one a high... I might give it a B actually. 6... oh no wait, that's not the one with... I thought that's the one with 1600 attack. Never mind, you're going back down, buddy. Sorry, I got you mixed up with another card. Crawling Dragon, I think is the card I was thinking of. Your AB's got 1500 attack though. Is that the highest attack? No, I think this one has higher, right? Skull Redbird. Is that literally the strongest one? Skull Redbird? You gotta be kidding me. It actually is. How is Skull Redbird the best? Freaking... that's crazy. Alright, well, we'll actually give... we'll put Skull Redbird up there on the list. Your AB as well. It's got stats, guys. It's got a decent amount of stats. I kind of want to put Celtic Guardian up higher. Since it has 1400 at least. Woody Phantom as well as 1400. I don't think any of the other ones have any good stats. I think all of them are pretty low. This one might be pretty... How much does this one have? We'll come back to that one. I can't read its attack because its name text is so small. But let's keep working on these. Keep getting them. We'll come back to that one. I think that one has like 13 or 1400, so it's actually not too bad. I'm not going to shit too much on the 13 to 1400s because they were pretty good, you know, at this. I mean, they had the highest stats, so. That's all that mattered in this time period was the stats. But they're all more playable than the damn fusion monsters. And like red medicine and shit. And some of these have like 1200 maybe, but like Beaver Warrior is 1200. I guess Beaver Warrior can go up a little bit because it has 1500 defense, right? What's this Turtle Tiger have? Okay, Turtle Tiger has 1500 defense. So you can go up there behind Beaver Warrior because you have slightly less stats than Beaver Warrior. Yeah, those 5 stars are really bad. But I'm not going to put them behind anything. I'm not really worried about these normal monsters. This one has 1200. Or, no, this one has 1500. Yeah, technically, it beats over Celtic Guardian. Oh, I gotta put Skull Servant up there because he's part of an archetype. You need the Skull Servant in a Skull Servant deck. Probably an A tier. Because Skull Servants have always been around, you know. I think it's fair to give him an A. It's definitely better than the Celtic Guardian archetype and the Gaia archetype. Arguably. Silver Fang's got 1200, but Tatsu has 1200. Mammoth Graveyard has 1200. I forgot how much that panda has. It has 1200 too, I think. I think these two have 1400, I think. Damn, I was way off. This thing is like 1600 defense. Not. I thought it had 1400 attack. Thinking of something else. It's technically better than Fyaru because it has more defense. And I think this one has 1400, but I have to look it up. Okay, Child of Nightmare has 1300. Okay, so it does beat over like Beaver Warrior, so it goes there. And there you go. Now some of these might have more than... I think most of them have 1200 or below, but maybe some of them have more than that. But the ones that have 1200 I just put here. Ones that are a little bit higher I put up here because they just have more stats, you know. And there you go. This is my tier list. So let's go over let's recap the tier list. So you had the best card in the game probably ever made, Pot of Greed. I know you Hearthstone fans are like, what the hell? That's literally the best card they ever made? Yes. Yes, it is. You see, Hearthstone players, we have to pay mana for our cards. Yu-Gi-Oh players can just play cards for free. So, it turns out that drawing 2 cards for free is super powerful. Who knew? Monster Reborn. Bring back a monster from the graveyard. Second best card. Third best card, Regeki. Swords of Revealing Light and Dark Hole is the top 5. We got Red Eyes and Dark Magician just because they summoned Dragoon later in Yu-Gi-Oh! And then the Exodia pieces. The ones that are summoned off Treasure Panda. And then the body, you know, is an A. And then, of course, you got the 2K walls, which I always saw play. You know, in the early Yu-Gi-Oh. And of course you got Blue Eyes and Trap Hole. And I'm guessing, like, I could put Blue Eyes like meta now, right? Or I don't know if it's meta now. You got the new Link monsters and stuff that Blue Eyes got or whatever. I don't really know much about them. But anyway, I'll just leave it how it is. I think Blue Eyes is safe there. It still gave it an S, so. But yeah, we got some A's. We got Polymerization. I was fair with that card. Exodia Piece, Mania Bug, Fissure, and Skull Servant. Because I do think the Skull Servant archetype is pretty powerful. Like, is it meta? No. But it is a really powerful archetype. And you got some normal monsters in Hane in the B tier. The C tier, you got some, equip spells, which are, at this time period, was relatively okay. Same for the, the field spells. They were okay, Allow you to beat over something, Give you just enough attack to beat over something. And then you got the absolute garbage cards. And then you have the absolute trash, unplayable cards down at the bottom. Unplayable cards are the fusion monsters. And then you know what? I was wrong the whole time. These are actually at least playable. These are at least playable. This is at least playable. Get out of here. There, this is the only unplayable card. Remove Trap. Well, what are you going to do with this card? Like, this is literally the worst card in the set. Because there's nothing to target. Like, it's useless. So you got the worst card in the set, Remove Trap, and you have the best card in the set, Pot of Greed. Wow. Like, even the fusion monsters are better than Remove Trap. So, moral of the story is don't run Remove Trap in your deck. And run Pot of Greed in your deck. But yeah, tell me how wrong I am in the comment section of this tier list, or tell me how right I am, I don't know. Shit if I know. It's not like I played the game for 20 years. So... Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like it. Helps the channel out a lot. I post mainly Hearthstone. I don't even play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, but I was going to do a tier list of Hearthstone, but there's 300 cards in the base set. So I'm not doing a tier list with 300 cards. No, sir. Yeah, thanks for watching. Later.